You've set the same goal 3 times now. Maybe it's the weight, maybe it's the income number. Maybe it's waking up earlier, working out more, building something real. You wrote it down, you meant it, and for a few weeks, maybe even a few months, you moved. Then life happened, or you got busy, or you just quietly stopped. And the worst part isn't that you stopped. It's that part of you already knew you would. And here's the part nobody talks about. The problem wasn't your discipline. It wasn't even the goal. You've been using the wrong tool entirely, and nobody ever told you there was another one. Think about the last time you set a goal, a real one. You probably imagined the outcome, the version of you on the other side, leaner, wealthier, more focused. And that image felt good. It felt like momentum. But goals are finish lines, and finish lines do a weird thing to your brain. They create a binary. You either hit it or you didn't. You're either winning or you're failing. And the second things get hard, that gap between where you are and where you want to be stops feeling motivating. It starts feeling like evidence. Evidence that you're behind, that you're not enough, that you should have started sooner. So, you reset. New goal, fresh start, same cycle. What if the architecture itself is broken? What if goals, by design, set you up to lose most of the time? Because there's a different way men who actually move, actually operate. And it has nothing to do with wanting it more. Here's what's actually happening. You don't have a discipline problem. You have a design problem. Goals are destinations. Systems are the road. And you've been staring at the destination so hard, you never built the road. The men who seem consistent, the ones who show up, keep going, keep improving. They're not more motivated than you. They've just stopped relying on motivation. They built an environment that makes the right behavior the default behavior. Not heroic, not special, just designed. I kept setting goals, revenue targets, fitness milestones, productivity numbers. I'd hit a few, miss most, reset every January. It took me longer than I'd like to admit to figure out that the goal wasn't the problem. The missing system was. Here are the 5 steps. Step 1. Stop chasing outcomes. Start designing inputs. A goal says, I want to lose 20 pounds. A system says, I walk 30 minutes every day and I don't eat after 8 p.m. The goal is outside your control. The inputs are not. You can't control whether the weight drops this week. You can control whether you showed up for the walk. Your only job is to show up for the inputs. The outcome follows eventually. It always does if the inputs are right and you stay long enough. I know what you're thinking, but what if I don't hit the goal? That's the point. You stop measuring by the goal. You measure by the streak. Did you do the thing today? Yes or no? That's the only question that matters. And here's what changes when you do this for 90 days. You stop feeling like you're behind. Because you're not chasing anything. You're building something. Step 2. Design your environment before you design your schedule. Willpower is a terrible system. It runs out. Every single day by mid-afternoon, your decision-making is weaker than it was at 7 in the morning. This is not a flaw. This is how the brain works. So stop asking yourself to be strong. Start asking, what does my environment make easy? When your environment makes the right choice, the obvious choice, you don't need willpower. You need a door to walk through. If you want to read more, put the book on your pillow. If you want to stop scrolling at night, charge your phone in another room. If you want to train in the morning, set your shoes out the night before. These are not hacks. They are architecture. You are building a system that runs even when your motivation doesn't. Step 3. Use the 2-minute rule as your floor, not your ceiling. The hardest part of any habit is starting. Not the workout, not the work session, not the reading, the starting. So shrink the starting. If your system says meditate for 10 minutes every morning and you wake up dreading it, tell yourself, I just have to sit down for 2 minutes. That's the floor. That's all you owe the system. Most of the time you'll keep going because starting was the only real obstacle. And on the days you don't keep going, you still did the 2 minutes. The streak holds. The system lives. That matters more than the perfect session. The system isn't about doing more. It's about never having to restart. Step 4. Build a weekly review into the system. This is the step most men skip, and it's the reason most systems collapse within 30 days. I know what you're thinking. You've tried Sunday planning. You've tried journaling. It never stuck. This is different because you're not reviewing your life. You're reviewing one system. 20 minutes, that's it. Every Sunday, or whatever day works, you sit down for 20 minutes. You ask 3 questions. What worked this week? What didn't? What's one thing I adjust for next week? Not more than that. 20 minutes, 3 questions. Write it down. Without this, you're flying blind. You're repeating the same friction every week and wondering why nothing improves. The weekly review is the feedback loop that keeps the system alive. Step 5. Protect the system from your worst days. Not your average days, not your good days, your worst ones. Because the system will only hold if you've already decided in advance what the minimum looks like when life falls apart. Travel, stress, illness, chaos. Those days are coming. They always come. So decide now, what does the stripped-down version of my system look like? 10 minutes instead of 45. 1 page instead of 5. A walk instead of a full workout. Minimum viable version. Still counts. Still keeps the chain unbroken. A 10-minute walk doesn't build your best body, but it keeps the identity intact. And identity is what the system runs on. Because 1 skipped day becomes 2. 2 becomes a week. And then you're back at the beginning, setting a new goal, wondering why this keeps happening. Most of you are going to watch this, nod along, and then do nothing different next week. Not because you're lazy, because you're waiting to feel ready. And that feeling never comes. That gap doesn't close with 1 more goal. It closes with 1 better system, running every day, whether you feel like it or not. Here's what you're doing tonight. Pick 1 area, just 1. Fitness, focus, finances, whatever's been grinding at you. Write down the system for that area, not the goal, the inputs. What do you do every day or every week, regardless of how you feel? Write it on paper. Put it somewhere you'll see it tomorrow morning. That's it. Start there.